A lot of buttons to push here, a lot of buttons. Just bear with me. And of course, while we're waiting, people are joining us. So normally I like to do this. I say I don't want to start the Zoom early because then people who are watching this on, not the Zoom, the YouTube early, because then people who are watching this on YouTube, a lot of buttons to
Here we
push
go.
here, a lot of buttons. Just bear with me.
Okay.
And if we're good. Then they would have to sit through a lot of time waiting for the music. All right, we are good to go, folks. Right now, one more button to push. And that is this one here. Okay, here we go. All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition here of DayTradeSPY.com's excuse me, intro to trading, week ahead, week in review, whatever you want to call it. All right. That's what we're all about here. And we do this every Sunday night. We have been since 2010. 2010. What's that put us now? What, 14 years here doing this thing? I think probably in our 15th year, right? And today is Sunday, November the 24th. My name is Hugh, going solo here to give. Nope. Aaron's on. Good evening, Aaron. How are you?
Doing well, and yourself?
Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, I thought I'd give you the night off. If you wanted the night off, it's we're good to go.
Okay.
But
Well, I'll stop in for a bit, see how things are going.
sure. Take it easy and enjoy your evening here with your daughter, or whoever. And it is a Sunday night, party night. No, it's a relaxing night. It's a relaxing night, folks. I'm going to give you a couple seconds here to read this disclaimer. Got to keep the lawyers happy for some reason. I'm not sure they have to eat too, but here you go. Let you read this here. So. All right, you alone are responsible for all your own trading, and past performance does not guarantee future results. I think you know all that, all right? Okay, here we go. And that is me in living color. And how's my hair tonight? Thinning out, Aaron. It's thinning out. This is what happens with age, you
Oh
know?
no, you're getting better with time. That's it, like a fine wine.
I don't know about that. Thanks, but you're too kind. Folks, for those of you who don't know, Aaron's actually the smart one. Some people say I'm the good-looking one. Depends who you ask, I guess. I think as we get older, your sight seems to go, so that's what they just remember me as. Anyway, folks, there's a questions box. You'll find the little icon on your Zoom dashboard. Click on that. Aaron and I are the only ones that see that. All right, and we want to hear from you because this is actually your night. I don't want to go much later than an hour tonight. I want to kind of keep things rolling here. Real quick, your host, my name is Hugh. Been doing this for a long time. I think you know most of you probably know me from many years ago, and of course I like to trade those short-term breakout trades for small multiple times a day. It's kind of like building a house, brick by brick, brick by brick. And this way, if something happens, I only lose one or two bricks, hopefully. Uh, Sometimes people say I'm a couple bricks short of a whole load, which would make sense. But the smart one here is Aaron, and I'm going to let Aaron introduce himself because you really got to hear this guy. All yours, Ben. Man, go for
Oh
it.
yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, my name is Aaron Stevens. I didn't know I was going to be put on the spot that early, but yeah, I've been studying technical analysis in the markets for a long time. I'm in my 40s now. I started reading the Wall Street Journal when I was in the middle school library at the age of 13, and I knew what I wanted to do growing up. I wanted to learn about the stock market and trading and all that stuff. So I opened up my first trading account with my stepfather when I was 17. Traded penny stocks. Got away from it for a little bit after the stock market bust of 2001. Then I got started in learning currency trading and forex and futures. So came back, I became very interested in that, and read all the books. Not all the books, I should say, but most of the main books that are foundations of technical analysis. And then I ended up working for passing my Series 3 exam, which is a commodity licensing exam, which is similar to the Series 7 or 65. And I worked for as an analyst for several different firms, but most recently at a commodity firm with approximately $150 million under management. Um, so yeah, I'm very thankful. Speaking of Thanksgiving, I'm very thankful to be here with you and everybody at the Eagle team. And it's been it's been over 2 years now. So great working with you and great helping everybody here.
I can't believe it's been that long. I was just thinking that today. I thought, wow, when did we start this here? Just a little over 2 years ago. Time's just going by so fast, so fast.
Exactly.
Let's go, honestly. But I have no plans on retiring. I think I'm going to keep doing this until the day I die. Uh, I enjoy it. I love it. People ask us all the time, well, if you're doing so well, how come you keep training and not just trading for a living? So something must be wrong. The short answer to that is don't ask why, just be thankful that we do. The long answer is Aaron and I really enjoy teaching other people how to trade. We get a real charge out of seeing people's success. And Aaron, in fact, Aaron, I've been updating, believe it or not, I've been updating my Triumphs and Tragedies ebook, and you are the next story in there.
Oh,
Uh,
wow. Wonderful.
yeah, along with Tom and John and some of the stuff that they're doing, and it's incredible. So, folks, I got to tell you, so Aaron and I have two completely different sets of indicators that we use. We come from two completely different backgrounds, very similar in the fact that, we learn from the trenches. We learn that the real stuff, that when you're right in the job, that's where we learn all the stuff. And I can tell you that I learn mostly from my mistakes and when okay, so when my financial advisor blew out half my account, I realized I have to learn how to do this myself. That's when I took control of my account and had to learn it. And I blew up my account many times. No, I'm not going to kid you. And lost a lot of money, but I also made a lot of money. And but most of the lessons I learned were from my losses, and those are the lessons that really stick with you. So eventually, when you stop doing those things that don't work and do more of those things that do work, you start making some pretty serious money on the markets. So I've got my little sets of indicators that I use, try and keep it as simple as possible because I figure markets go up and they go down. If you just get the propensity in the direction and go for it, you're going to do okay. Now, Aaron, he's got his own set of indicators that are more, I think we call it a deep dive analysis. We delves into some other indicators that are unbelievable. And so often when Aaron makes his predictions in the morning in a trading room, it's uncanny how it comes right to the penny. And I'm talking about when he's going like, $2, $3, $4 away from where the market is now. And I'm not talking about just some little thing, but very, very impressive. He knows what he's talking about. So you got to pay attention. All right, pay attention. Now, we have a saying that says when our indicators unite, our trades ignite. And there's nothing truer than that. So if he says the market's going up and I say I think it's going to go up, you should probably buy some call options. Anyway. All right, that's our background and that's our story, and we're going to stick with it. Okay, folks, here's what we're going to talk about here tonight. We're going to discuss why SPY, why now, why not day trade SPY. I have a survey for you, and it's really important that I hear from you about the survey we're going to talk about in a little bit. We're going to talk about last week, see what's going on next week, how we can help you. Got a little 2-minute tutorial, and then we're going to answer your questions. And we're going to let you go. All right, we're going to let you go. We're going to tie you up until then. So let's start with the survey, folks. No, right after why day trade SPY. Very simple. Take active control over your investments. Enjoy beating the market in its own game, which is a lot of fun. Huge, huge profit potential. Rewards are instant. Profit potential is virtually unlimited. You're, believe it or not, limited only by your own skill. And I absolutely love that. Pure supply and demand keeps your cognitive skills intact. I love this one because as we get older, you got to keep you got to keep your mind sharp. I can't think of a better thing to do than to keep your mind sharp than with this. And I got to tell you, I'm 69 years old, and a lot of my friends and people I've worked with in the past, they retire, and then their brain turns to mush. They sit in front of the TV, and that's all they do. And some of them, after 6 months to a year, they're dead. They simply die. I don't get it. I don't get it. But as you keep your mind, sharp, and your wits about you, it really does keep you young and alive. It keeps literally keeps you alive. Now, I've talked to some folks. In fact, we've got some folks who are in their 90s in our trading room. I think Phil L is one of them. I don't know if he's on tonight or not, Aaron, but here's a guy I talked to, and this guy is as sharp as a bell. And I love it. I love talking to people like that. It's also fun and exciting. That's why we day trade. All right, so why day trade SPY options? SPY tracks the top 500 stocks. You can't get a better stock than that. You don't have to do a lot of intensive, analysis in various stocks and sectors and different things. You can just see where's the economy going, and if I can gauge where the stock market's going to go based on that, I'm going to be probably okay. Highly diversified. All the market sectors are covered in this. Highly liquid. All right, the fills are quick. We were looking at a stock the other day, and I said, "Oh, Aaron, I'm not touching that one. The bid-ask spread is too wide, way too wide, and the volume is way too low." it didn't appeal to me. But with SPY, you get a lot of volume, you get really tight bid-ask spreads. You can't beat that. Relatively predictable too. I mean, when you understand this one stock, so you get very good at one thing. If you get very good at one thing and do it well, and you get laser beam focused on this one thing, you actually become pretty good at it. SPY is actually relatively forgiving. So even if on the short term you are, you're kind of going in the wrong direction, just kind of hold on a little bit. It'll probably reverse on you. And if you have enough time, you'll probably be fine. That's not the saying that we have. It's also affordable. You can actually get into SPY options for not a lot of money. To me, it's just the best tradable instrument out there, especially if you're new to this. Then it's actually really pretty cool. So the next question, well, why day trade spy? That's us. We've got an we have an enviable experience track record over 40 years combined trading market participation between Aaron and myself. High technical skills in trading options. We have compassion in our training others. We know both trading and training. All right. I don't know of anybody else who actually has that skill. It's one thing knowing how to trade, but it's another in teaching people how to do it and having the patience and empathy and everything else and understanding your goals and aspirations and working with you. All right. We have methodologies from simple to less simple. All right. I didn't want to say complex because they really aren't. Once you learn what we do, it's not that bad. Our mentoring programs are affordable and we are responsive to your needs. We're efficient and effective. We're respectful of your time. For as an example, our trading room, which I'll tell you a little about, which I'll tell you about in a little bit, rushing too fast. Um, we don't sit on the in the trading room all day. We don't monopolize your time where you're kind of forced to be in this thing from 9 till 4 every day. We don't want this to turn into a full-time job for you. Okay, we like to get in the morning at 9:20, and we're done by 10:30. And we make some money along the way and teach you stuff, and then you get on with the rest of your day. And how cool is that? All right, and that's what we do. All right, so an announcement here, Spy of the Market. This is a newsletter that goes out every Thursday. You want to get in on this one. Just a brief 3-minute read, right? Light, relevant, and entertaining. And all you have to do to subscribe, it's a free newsletter. Just go to daytradespy.com. When the pop-up comes up, just leave us your email address and you're going to get that. Now, if you don't want to subscribe, you can always go to it anyway. It's on our website, daytradespy.com, up at the top left. Just click on newsletters and you'll see all the prior issues there. And I think there's 60 some odd issues already that we have done on these things. It's actually pretty good. I think I've been getting a lot of great responses to those. This week's topic is the perils of chasing the stock. You'll want to get on this one too. All right, so now what are we going to talk about? We've got a survey, and I really need you to answer this, folks. All right. Question is, would you be interested in attending a live 2-day training event hosted by Aaron and myself? All right, punch it up in the questions box. And excuse me, maybe a 3-day event. I'm not sure, 2 or 3 day event, someplace, some city in the U.S. Um, no, it won't be Hawaii. Probably on the eastern seaboard somewhere. Okay, because that's where the markets are open. Initially, anyway, probably not going to go out west simply because of the time zone. We're probably not going to want to wake up at 5 or 6 in the morning. But tell us in the questions box if you would be interested. One for yes or yes. No for no. Not interested. We don't care about you. And maybe, and let us know if you would, if any comments about that. If kind of sort of interest that you would have in that, because we'd like to know. And if there's enough interest, we just might do something like that. Okay, we'd like to see if there is enough interest. Obviously, we're not going to want to do it if there's not enough interest. And of course, any of your comments would be welcome. And meanwhile, okay, maybe. Okay. Those people that write maybe, what does it depend on? Tell me that in the questions box. What are your interests in what would the maybe be on that here? What would it depend on? Where it would be, maybe the cost, how long it would be, what you're going to learn. The objective here is to learn everything that Aaron and I do. Okay. That's what we do. So we'd be teaching you everything that we do, okay? And so I guess, we'd like to know, and if there is enough interest, like I say, depends on location. Okay, hang on, I'm just kind of writing these. I'm writing down some of these comments here. I'm just taking a minute here to copy the answers here because we need to know this. We need to know this. And if we do it, obviously it'd have to be worth our while. We're not gonna, if there's just two people or something, you know, and no, our brothers and sisters don't count. Okay. Wow. This is actually pretty exciting. You'll get to meet us. Okay, there's somebody who wants to take it to Los Angeles. Okay, well, Doug, you want to wake up at 5 in the morning? Okay, depends on the travel. Good comments. I think there's a lot of this travel. Wow, we're getting a lot of comments here. Depends on the cost. Cost, huh? How much would you be willing to pay for it? Depends on the cost. A lot of people are saying depends on the cost. Aaron, what would you pay? What would you pay knowing what we do? What would you pay to get this exciting information for what we would provide? What would you pay?
I'm not sure. I think the information that we provide is priceless, so not necessarily sure how to answer that question.
Well, that's a brilliant answer because it is priceless. Aaron, tell us about Mark and John. Mark and John, you want to talk about priceless? These guys learned what we do, and they are unbelievable at it. They are unbelievable. They're making tens of thousands of dollars a day. A day. Explain what they do. Just briefly, how much are they putting in? What are they trading?
Oh, I think you're talking about John and Tom.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, John has created his own strategy within the pick of the day. So he uses 0 day to expirations, and he uses the direction that we think that the market's going to go with pick of the day, and then he tries to get a minimum of 10% on his trades every day. But he's using a large amount of capital. He's using about um, I think a quarter of his particular role for this strategy. Um, so he if he has a loss, if he switched the trading rules for the pick of the day to 35% stop loss, and he tries to get 10% target. And I think he only had two losers um, all the month of November. Or but the thing is that a lot of times it'll be over, 10%. So he'll aim for at least 6%, but sometimes he'll get 10%, sometimes 15%, sometimes 20%, sometimes more, depending on what the market gives him. He's very fast, very focused, just has that one huge trade at the open, and then he'll scalp, with a small amount throughout the day. Tom's doing very well as well. Him and John are um, working together, and he uses mostly Fibonacci setups that we talk about in the trade room. He had a couple of bumps, while he's learning this, but he's figured that out, and he's doing very well. Um, Also, another trader, Brian, went through the beta test group that we had a lot earlier, and he's using the Fibonacci ABCD pattern measure moves, doing extremely well with that, and is very happy. So,
Really
uh,
cool. That's really good. Yeah. So they take our information and they're doing extremely well. A lot of people are, right? Now we're just throwing those names out right now. So, okay. Well, we got a pretty good list of comments here on that, and that's pretty good. Okay. I'll just get another couple more comments, and then we're going to wrap this part up, this segment, and carry on to the next segment. All right. And that is what happened here last week. There we go. Okay, thanks for that information, folks. So here's what happened week in review. Excuse me, to stretch this out a little bit. Some pretty good wild swings here. Monday, we had no low news day. Technicals moved it up to test 589. Kind of a sort of a nothing day. Just markets gravitate to the upside naturally. And on Tuesday, we had some inflationary concerns, and market retracted down to 583. So what they're talking about here is, well, Trump's coming up with these tariffs, and how's that going to affect the market? When some of these analysts and commentators start talking about this, they start stirring up the market. So the market fell in pre-market right down there to test 583, but then as soon as the market opened, it picked up and ran right back up. Building permits, housing starts pushed higher. There's also some talk about Nvidia coming into the mix here on Wednesday. Another low no news day. Again, with investor worries over Trump, there's a lot of talk about that going on. But Nvidia earnings were starting to come out, and there's a lot of chatter about that, and see where that goes in the whole AI, stocks. So on Thursday we had Nvidia earnings conference call, bounce SPY to close higher. Existing home sales lower than expected. Unemployment claims came out. Market actually moved up there to test that 595 level. And then on Friday, we had PMI reports, manufacturing and services both. Traders kept SPY high to close the week at 25% up year to date. They're pretty adamant about keeping this thing high and it pushed up over 596 by the end of the day. And we're still heading to the upside. So a lot of market swings and a lot of talk with earnings, and we still got a lot of good fundamentals. We're talking here about stocks still staying on track to finish a strong 2024 with solid fundamentals heading into the next year, 2025. Valuations are elevated, largely on the mega cap tech stocks, but that sector appears to be going through some consolidation right now to digest some of the outsized gains we've had over the last couple of years. Nvidia's probably leading on that one there. And I think what, a $3 trillion company or something like that. Unbelievable. I think they're right up there at the very top now. Anyway, their results highlighted by the headwind of high expectations. Everything's sort of being. I guess they're the barometer right now with the whole tech sector. What Nvidia is doing, everything else is sort of following through. So, but tariffs are a source of uncertainty right now and leading to possibly a one-off increase in prices. We're going to see what happens with that. That's kind of touch and go. They talk a little bit about it, but then it seems to take a back seat. But then they bring it up again, and then they keep worried about it. But they're going to wait and see what happens with this whole tariffs thing. May not be as bad as they say. However, some retailers are actually talking about tariffs increasing prices. I believe Walmart class said, "Hey, watch out. We could be headed for some higher prices if those tariffs kick in." So we'll see what happens. Anyway, rising earnings help propel stocks to new highs. You can see here the S&P ran up there. We're pushing into the 6,000s, and they're expecting 64, 6,500 before long in the next year. Forward-looking earnings continue to grow, and earnings keep pushing SPY higher. Right now, the S&P rose 1.7% this last week, broke 25% year to date. It's pretty cool. NASDAQ, 26.6% year to date, and even the Dow is up 17.5% year to date. It looks like the Dow was actually the big winner here this week when it comes to 2% growth. All right, let's take a look at the week ahead. But first, the seasonal charts. For those not familiar, we have that blue line. That's where SPY is right now, sitting right around that 595 and a half mark. The red line at the bottom is the seasonal composite of the last 5 years closing price on the daily chart. Okay, just an average of the last 5 years. And I want to see there. There we go. Let's move this out like that. There, all right, there we go. Stretch it out. Now we're going to focus in and take a look historically. All right, SPY actually remained flat over the last week. Seasonally, it rose about 2 points in the following week coming up. And as we get into the end of the year, we're going to get the Santa Claus rally. Markets generally do go up at the end of the year, so we'll see if that continues on. Okay. We trade both going up and down, calls and puts, depending on what happens in the short term. And of course, depending on what happens with Aaron's deep dive analysis. Monday, all right, tomorrow it's another low, no news day. Tuesday, things pick up a little bit. Consumer confidence report, new home sales, and the Richmond Manufacturing Index. As we head into the week here, Wednesday is going to be the big one. We've got unemployment claims. Everything's kind of backed up in a Wednesday here. Unemployment claims, durable goods orders, Chicago PMI, preliminary GDP. We have personal consumption expenditures. This is actually a key inflationary indicator that the Feds like to use. We also have pending home sales, personal income, personal spending, and the FOMC meeting minutes from the last meeting are going to be released here on Wednesday as well. It can be a very exciting day on Wednesday as we head into the market. But Thursday, markets are closed. We are not going to be trading. It's a bank holiday. And oh, there's my friend Turkey there. Happy Thanksgiving, folks. Friday, the markets are going to close early at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So trading is probably going to be light on Friday, but we'll be on. We'll be on. And we're going to be stuffed with turkey and stuffing and ham and anything else that we're going to be thrown at us here on Thursday. So volatility expected to be fairly low on Monday, medium on Tuesday, high on Wednesday, nothing on Thursday, of course, and back to low on Friday. Now, as a rule, markets have generally been going to the upside just before long holiday weekends. So we'll see what happens here this coming week with the short week. So it'll be an interesting week. So, all right, markets may be range bound early in the week, wilder swings with higher returns on Wednesday and subdued on Friday. Daphne, that's what we named this lovely young lady here, Daphne. Join me in the trading room. That's where I'm going to help you find the opportunities to trade, day trade, get in and out, and make some money every day. Now, real quick, I want to tell you about some of our products and services that we have available for you. You've heard us talk a lot about the trading room. And believe it or not, Aaron, there's still one or two people in the chat box here today in the on our roster that are not in the trading room. Can you believe it? I don't believe it. I don't know why, but maybe you have an answer for that. Why would they not be in the trading room, huh? Why would they
I
not
would
be?
I would probably think the only answer is that they're already members of Pick of the Day maybe, and they don't have time to be in the trading with us. But if they have time and they're able to, we'd love to have you.
Folks, get in the trading room. That's where the action is. Every morning, Aaron and I, we host this exciting, worldwide famous event. Yes, it is worldwide. We have traders from around the world. Around the world, they tune in, and I applaud those people where it's like, I don't know, 3 in the morning. Those people in Hawaii, it's like 3:30 in the morning to be in the trading room. So I don't know how they do it. You know, God bless them. I don't think I could get up at that time, but they're in there. And of course, we have people over in Europe. It's like, what is it, about 3 in the afternoon there or something. Australia, it's ahead of the game there. But anyway, Aaron and I host this every morning. We've been doing this now for a very long time. I think we kind of know what we're talking about. I mentioned earlier we've got over 40 years market participation. We've seen the ups and downs. I think we've probably seen it all. I I don't think there's a whole lot we haven't seen there. A whole lot we haven't traded. So, but we like to convey the experience that we have to you so that it cuts your learning curve by a lot. So if you can learn from our mistakes so you don't make them, you're just that much further ahead. Our trading rooms are interactive. They're fully narrated. It's a learn and earn session. It's just not a watch you and Aaron trade show. It's not at all. All right, we get in there. If you have any questions, whatever, you put it up in the questions box. We answer them, and we get right into teaching you what we do. This is where our strategies come alive. We discuss our strategy. So what we do is we talk about the news that's going to shake and move the markets in the morning. What's going on here? What's going to happen today? What are those influences? And then we look at the setups. Well, how are we going to trade this? Are we looking at going up or down? How are we going to trade this? We get in, and then when the market opens on the opening bell, we look at getting into the trades, and we look to make some money, and we usually do. These sessions are recorded, so just in case you cannot make it for these sessions, you can always go back and check the recording later, okay? And we do this every morning, 9:20 to 10:30 Eastern Time daily, 9:20 to 10:30. So a little over an hour, okay? So you're going to learn a lot of great stuff here. I want to tell you a little bit about the signal, day trade spy signal. If you cannot be in the trading room, but you've got your cell phone with you, this is a specific option sent to your cell phone, also email, 3 to 5 times a week. It's in the mornings. So you're not glued. You don't have to be glued to your charts, but you should have your platform with you available on your cell phone or be close to your computer so that you can actually get on, place the trade. Buy immediately and right away put it up for sale for 5% exit price. If it is unsold by the end of the day, you just simply sell it at the market price. It's been working very, very well. 87.5% success rate to date. Okay. And that's the day trade spy signal. Now we also have the inner circle, very popular inner circle. This is where you're going to get the morning market assessment. All right. Aaron sends this out at probably about 9:50, 9:20, something like that. You should get this in your inbox. It's a flash assessment of the way we see the market unfold for the rest of the day. All right, so like it's just like a snapshot. Okay, I think it's going to go up today. I think it's going to go down or whatever. Very brief. It's not a long read, and about a minute or two, and you can get in there right away and make your assessments on that. You'll also get a follow-up report later in the day as to what we actually did, including in the trading room and everything else that we had done, during that morning session. Also, and here's the real value of this thing too. You're also going to get an invite to our Wednesday night meetups. All right, this is where you can ask questions and discuss anything and everything to do with trading SPY options, chart setups, anything at all. These are interactive, informative, engaging, and again, these two are recorded for later review, which is pretty cool because a lot of people don't, they're not up at that time of the night or whatever it is in the morning. I know, for example, in Europe, it's like, 3 in the morning or something like that. So, but you just pick it up first thing on in the morning, get the recording, and you can watch it. So. Aaron hosts this. It's actually very exciting and a lot of fun too. The pick of the day. This is a specific option sent to your inbox every morning before the market opens at 9:30. All right. So this is unlike the signal, which is algorithm based. Pick of the day. Aaron and I discuss pre-market, which way is the market going to go, and we pick a direction up, down, and then we send it to you. Now this is to be purchased right at market open. So what you do is you wait until the bid-ask spread settle nice and tight, usually just a few seconds. And if the market is going in your direction, you buy right away. If it's going against you, just wait until it turns around on the 1 minute chart, then buy right away. Get in, sell it for a 6% gain using a good till canceled order. If you need to, you can actually hold this overnight. All right, and but we also talk about a possible stop loss if for those of you so inclined to want to use that. Personally, I like to hold them. Sometimes they will fill the next day, and that's okay, right? And that's okay. Some people do like stops. I generally don't like stops, but depending on the day, we do discuss this, and we'll talk about what we do with this if we do have to hold it. It's been an excellent run. I don't have a number as to the success rate. I'm guessing in the high 80s, low 90s% success rate. I think it's an excellent program. Very popular. A lot of people love it, especially if you are not able to watch the markets all day, right? You just want a certain pick to trade, get into that one and run with it. So, all right, now the best thing to do, okay, you can get all these programs on our website. Just go to daytradespy.com. But I'm going to tell you something here. I'm going to suggest this. If you email customer service at DayTradeSPY, excuse me, and ask them for a very specific program, all of them if you want, or just a couple, whichever ones you want, tell them, I'm interested in the trading room, or I'm interested in the signal or the pick or whatever. What's your special price on that? They will give you a special price, and I believe it's usually better than what you'll find on the website. All right, so that's the thing to do. Just email customer service at DayTradeSpy and ask them for the special price on any of these particular services that we provide. You're going to get a special price. Okay, I think it's well worth it. So, all right, so those are the products that we have, and we are getting into some questions. Right now, let's get into the 2 minute tutorial. Wow, Aaron, time is just flying by like crazy. What's going on here? Am I ahead of myself or what? Or should we be talking about other things or what? What do you want to talk
Oh
about?
no. Time is flying by, but I think you're good.
Sounds good. We might just finish it in an hour. That'd be really pretty cool. Maybe get into doing things that you want to do on a Sunday night. Maybe start wrapping your Christmas presents or something, or getting your turkey ready, right? You're getting your Thanksgiving dinner ready. Planning your trips. My gosh, I think Thanksgiving's got to be if not the most busiest travel day of the year, close to it. That whole weekend in there. So. Um, I got this pretty cool app on my cell phone. I think it's called Flight Radar or something, and it shows you all the planes in the sky. You can pick off any plane, and it'll give you the information on the plane, what kind of plane it is, where it started, where it's going, and
Oh,
how fast
nice.
it's going, and how high it is. All kinds of cool stuff. I'm kind of a nerd that way, being an aviator, and so it's a lot of fun. So I can't wait for Thanksgiving to show up and the whole travel time and just see how many planes are in the sky. I know it's a quirky little hobby, but anyway,
So are you like the guy that knows where Elon Musk is going every week?
no, I don't follow him. I think they blocked out some of those though. I think I'm not really sure if those are. I'm not sure if those are recorded or not, but I don't track him. I'm sure he's in the air all the time anyway, and so is Trump and all those guys. It's
Yeah.
just a curious thing, um, which is really too bad because if I'm in the air, and I think it goes off the transponders. This way, my wife knows who I am. She can follow me.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. There's you. All right, he's buzzing around. She knows anyway. So whenever I go flying, I always tell people where I am and where I'm going and when I expect to be there. It's just the right thing to do. So
Hmm.
if you don't show up, something happens to you. They know where to look for you, right? So I mean, that is a real thing. And plus, depending on where we go, we file flight plans and stuff. So. Now, I will admit it's been a little while since I've done a cross country that way because I've been very busy with training people and teaching people in the stock market and stuff. The stock market is very addictive. I think if there's one word to describe it, it's highly addictive. It's highly addictive. Um, and I don't think I could ever stop trading. If I ever stop trading, I think it's the worst thing that could ever happen to a trader is if they get put in the corner for 3 months because they had too many good faith violations. I mean,
Hmm.
anybody you guys have that? And you say, "Oh my gosh, yeah, I can't trade now for 3 months. What am I gonna do? This is horrible. Do I have to go back to paper trading?" Uh, I'm one of those nerdy kind of guys. I don't like Fridays because there's 2 days I can't trade. What am I gonna do? Oh no. And I love Mondays. I look forward to Mondays. Who else does that? Except you, Aaron. You and I think we're kind of one of the same in that regard, and a lot of people.
Well, well, a lot of people don't know about me when I want to relax, I actually pull up charts and start drawing. And I just look for patterns that happened in the past. I know it's really weird. You have your own quirks. For me, it's I actually try different colors and different techniques on a chart, in trading views. So if it's the weekend or something, I get bored, I just pull up the pull up the past week and start drawing and see where where I could have made more money or where, where I did well, things like that.
So here's a little challenge for you in your charts. Take off the price charts, the candles. Take off the price, so you only have, say, the 10 and 20 EMAs, say on a 5-minute chart, and then look to enter when the 10 crosses the 20 and see where you would exit when it starts cresting over the top, and then go back and see how much money you could have made if you'd have just followed that. Take the price charts, the price candles right off, and just
I
have
see.
EMAs on there. That's kind of an interesting thing. I did that there a while back. I thought, this is kind of interesting. Yeah, it's some of the things that you can come out. Charts tell you a lot of great information if you know how to read them. If you don't know how to read them, it might as well be, Greek, right? Might
Mhm.
be a different language. But when you get into it, and folks, I got to tell you, our training. Okay, so I like to keep things as simple as possible. The way I look at it, markets go up, they go down. If I can make a little bit of money going to the upside, a little bit of money going to the downside, and I just keep adding to the pot, that makes me actually pretty happy, and I can actually grow my account very nicely like that. But Aaron goes into the deep dive stuff where he'll say, "Well, okay, I'm gonna exit it with $1.50 profit." Really, really, and damn it if he doesn't. Now, Aaron, I don't know your secret, but you're more patient. You wait it out, and man, when you hit it, it's like, wow, you're right. You were right.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. So don't the only thing is, you don't really know coming from a futures background, you don't have that time component to deal with, whereas with options you do. And that's kind of my fear, with not a lot of time sometimes and with zero date options trading, we highly recommend that you're very experienced when it comes to that. Don't just get into that if you're a new trader because it's a high risk, high reward, but a high risk kind of an approach. Zero date expiration. You can make a lot of money, but when the stock turns against you on zero day expiration, they suck that premium out real fast, and they're pretty slow in putting it back in. So you don't want to be stuck with that. Anyway, let's move on to the 2-minute tutorial. This is the perils of chasing the stock, particularly on the open. So I have up here on the board. This is actually Friday's chart, SPY chart. And you can see the candlesticks. They go up and down. The green goes up, red goes down. But that purple line, that is the record of the option. That is the record of the option that is going to expire, I believe, next Friday's option. So you have time, and this is what I talked about in the trading room. And actually, I mentioned that we're going to be talking about it later on in the trading room, and I kind of forgot. So we are going to be talking about it tomorrow morning in the trading room. So here's what I want to show. When the market first goes up, right at open, you get the surge, right? That's that built up, that pent up demand. So as soon as the market opens, everybody's buying, buying. They push the stock up, and the call options also go up. People are excited to get in, and your buddies Tom and John, they're buying right in here. They're buying right here, and then they sell it up in here somewhere, and they wait and they walk away with tens of thousands of dollars. Where did it go? Where did I keep losing this thing? And this is what they do. In a matter of a couple of minutes, they go up and down. But if you notice that the stock goes up, the option goes up, and then when it retraces like this, obviously the option price goes down. But here's the thing. The next time the stock goes up to that level, I'm going to see if I can punch in to show you here. Pen. Can I get a straight pen across? Maybe not. So when you see that's not a straight line at all. Let me see if I can erase that and maybe do a better clear all draws. Maybe I can. Okay, can I get rid of that? I don't think I can get rid of that. Why can't I get rid of that? Trash. Clear my drawings. Well, it didn't get rid of it. I don't know what I did. But you can see here, pretend that's a straight line across. It's very difficult to draw lines with oh my gosh, here we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. I can't even. Okay, it's very difficult to draw lines straight across. I'm going to try it one more time. Okay, draw a line here. I've got a line here. Draw. Oh, shape. Here's a line. Okay, let's. Oh, well, anyway. Okay, there's a line right there. My point is this, folks. The stock went up there. The option price was way up there in that purple. But look at that. Look where the purple line is there in the second run, right? Considerably lower. Considerably lower. When you extend this line, the straight line, even further, can I extend this line further? I guess I have to draw another line in here. And look at this straight across. The stock went up at the end of the day. The purple line, which is the value of the option, it's even lower. It's even lower. So that's the thing I'm saying here. When the stock goes up like this, I'm going to try and move this off here so I can actually talk to you. I don't like it that the I can't see. There he goes. You know, when you're this is the danger. As soon as the market opens and you're chasing it up, you could end up paying a lot of money, more than what the option is really worth. So it's that exuberance, all that excitement, that euphoria of the stock going up. It's very easy to get pulled into that. Don't get pulled into that. Or if you are going to get pulled into it, the thing to do there is this. When you want to buy right at the opening, you want to get it, it's moving up, put your buy order in for a couple cents more than the ask price. This way you're going to get it on the way up and be ready to hit that trigger as soon as you get your profit target. Get in and get out right away. Don't let this thing come crashing back down because when it goes back up, your option price is not going to go that high. It's not going to go that high. And the longer the day goes on, the less it's going to go. Now, that option price, I would say, is probably around $3, maybe $3.10 at the end of the day, when it was like $3 and 85 cents at the beginning of the day, right? So you probably lost about 75 cents in the value of that option because of that behavior. So anyway, I thought I'd tell you that so that you're aware of that situation. So all right, let's get into some questions. And how do I get rid of that now? Now I got to get rid of that crazy line. Okay, there must be some way to get rid of that line. Clear all drawings. There we go. Okay, now we will take your questions for the next 15 minutes. Okay. All right. Aaron, any questions here? You can see the questions, right? Let's see. All right, let's get into some of the comments here about the survey that I took here. And let's go back to the beginning. Okay. Uh, why can I not? Okay. Oh, I got to clear this off here. There we go. There we go. All right. Good. We're going to start from the beginning here. What happens when you and Aaron disagree on the pick of the day? What direction do you take? Well, okay, well, that's a good question. So, Aaron and I, we discussed the pick of the day. When we disagree, uh, we do come to a consensus. Okay, so one of us has to convince the other of our position. So I'll say to Aaron, why do you think it's going this way? I'll say, and I'll tell him why I think it's going that way, and he'll tell me what he's doing, and I'll tell him what I'm doing, and we'll hammer it out. We're not yes men. We do think on our own. Sometimes I will say, okay, I see what you're saying, and I'll pull back and take a broader picture, and I'll look at his analysis, and I'll say, okay, I think you're right, and if you have time, you'll be fine. And other times they'll see, well, yeah, I think in the short term it's going to go in your direction, and so he goes along with that. So we discuss it and hammer it out until we do get a consensus. Would that be fair, Aaron? I think it'd be fair, wouldn't it? I think it's fair.
Yeah, it's usually about right. I mean that he sees things that I see sometimes. I see things that he doesn't see sometimes. So we help each other out. We put our brains together and try to come up with the best possible option.
Yeah.
Pun intended, I guess. You know, so one thing that I want to mention is that just because we've been doing this a long time doesn't mean it's always easy for us either. You know, we give our best effort and we give our best that we can to help you become independent thinkers and traders as well. So that maybe one day you can see, you know, sometimes, you know, even now, I'll think it's going to go a certain direction and I'll be off. Not not that often, but you know, sometimes it's the same thing with you. Not that often, but sometimes. But the thing is that we're constantly improving. We're constantly focused on the market. You know, I don't know about Hugh as much, but I'm I'm looking at the chart, you know, most of the day, for the E-mini S&P futures as well as the SPY. So I'm looking at it most of the day, sitting here at the computer, watching and analyzing price action, analyzing patterns, looking for where the market's going to head to next. So
Yeah, it takes a lot of work, folks. It's not always easy. I'm glad you said that. We're human, and sometimes we tend to sometimes we can make a mistake. But I think by teaching you what we're looking at, and maybe you can see something that we miss. That sometimes happens. And sometimes people will tell us in the trading room, hey, what about this? You kind of forgot about that support level back here or something. Or the other day, somebody recognized. So we had a workshop the other day, chart patterns, which was a great workshop. In fact, we actually placed a trade where we made money during the workshop. But one of the gentlemen on the workshop, he was in our trading room and he recognized a really cool pattern. And I said, hey, that's right too. And we traded the pattern and we made money. So, I mean, it paid off. It was really pretty cool. Here's somebody who was actually attended the webinar asking Bonnie, where can I get the recording of that webinar? Bonnie, if you can please email customer service at DayTradeSPY and ask them that question. They should be able to direct you where the recording is. I'm a little surprised if it's not up on the website yet or something, but you should get it. Let me know if you don't, and I'll rattle the chains a little bit on that one, okay? But I think you should have had anybody who took the workshop should have gotten the recording, access to the recording already on that one. So it was a pretty cool recording. It went an hour and a half. It was really well attended, and a lot of people enjoyed it. So thank you for that, Catherine. She says, I really enjoyed the trading room. You're both changing my mind for the better. Thinking about adding the pick of the day. Do I need that if I'm in the trading room? Um, I know a lot of people have both trading room and the pick of the day, and also the signal, and also the inner circle. Look, at the bottom line is this: the more you engage with us, the better trader you're going to be. I mean, that's just the way it is. So however many services you can handle, yeah, I mean it's just another trade you can do, and if it pays for itself and more, why not, right? It's all money in the bank. So okay, and okay, I'm just going through some of these comments concerning the survey we had. Um, okay, in fact, I'm going to move the PowerPoint back up here again. If you have not, I'm still taking questions, but if you have not completed the survey, please do so. All right, and I'm going to just leave that up on the board because we're going to actually wrap it up here a little bit earlier. We're just kind of going through some of the questions and comments here.
I did want to mention one fun fact. Um, I like trading the holidays, or at least talking about trading on the holidays. So one fun fact, if you buy, okay, listen up. So if you buy a call near the close on Tuesday, you have a 78% chance that it's going to go up by the close on um, Wednesday. So the market should go up on Wednesday. So just a heads up. More often than not, the market goes up on the day before Thanksgiving. So just read an interesting article. Just a freebie. If anybody's interested in taking advantage of that information.
Speaking of freebies, by the way, in our trading, we get a lot of freebies.
Oh yes,
A
yeah. We talk
lot of
about
freebies.
sometimes we talk about a couple other things. Gush was has been a big winner for some people. Um, DJT was a winner for some people that got in it early and took profit when I mentioned it. There's another, what was it? Another one.
Yeah, DJT.
Yeah,
DJT.
DJT. We did talk about Gush also. Um, there's another one. Uh, I'm looking at RCAT, RCAT, as well as QBTS. Just a couple of other things that I'm looking at outside of this.
Yeah. Just scrolling through a lot of the comments here. A lot of people would love to be on here. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Just bear with me here. Uh,
Jim, he asked, is IBIT worth pursuing? What about Gush and DJT? Gush may be good. Uh, it may go up until about the $40 range. IBIT looks like looks like cryptocurrencies, sorry, crypto futures are pulling back right now. I don't know how far this pullback's going to be, so I would hold off on maybe a day or two. Uh,
yeah. Here's a comment from Thomas. He's got a subscription to the trading room. I think it's about $400 every 3 months, whatever it is. Yeah. He sees it, doesn't see it on the anymore on the website. Yes. So okay. So please, if you don't see your subscription, whatever I think whatever you subscribe to as, that's what they're going to renew it as. But you might want to contact customer service at DayTradeSPY and just confirm it. Okay. Um, and yes, we still offer subscriptions. Of course we do. But I don't think you need to pay the high price that's on the trading on the website. So if you contact customer service at DayTradeSPY, you'll get a better price, and that's the thing. And I think they do automatically renew you, so don't worry about it. Now, if something happens and you don't get the links, not sure if the links went out for tomorrow or not yet, but if you don't get the links, say by, I don't know, midnight Eastern time, Sunday night for this coming week, contact customer service or something and see like where is it? Uh, is my subscription still good or whatever? So that's something you might want to keep in mind. But no, we don't just dump people like that. If something happened, maybe your credit card or whatever, but contact customer service at DayTradeSPY. They're pretty responsive. So okay. Uh, let's see here. Okay. Okay, let me see some comments here. Okay, so, all right. Okay. Dustin had some bad luck here, but okay, so if you get in the trading room, you kind of have to be there for a while, right? Don't just look at it, say 1 day or something, or 1 or 2 days, and if it doesn't work out that particular day or something, the whole thing is no good. That's not it at all. we tell people, and that's why you have like 3 month subscriptions. So you're there for 3 months, and then you see, well, how are you doing in the whole 3 month period? 1 month or even a week. You want to have a nice, good sample of what we do, not just a one day trade. Every day is different on the stock market. No 2 days are the same. And some days you're going to get some head fakes. You're going to get some real weird things going on during the elections. We had some amazing, wild swings. We had a lot of geopolitical tensions. We've got Ukraine lobbing missiles over to Russia, and Russia's threatening us with nuclear. Earnings and video earnings. Yeah, we are in a state right now we've never seen before. I just mentioned that there isn't anything we haven't seen, but every day is different, and every day you're going to get influences in the market. And so some days you're going to see, well, which news is going to dominate? What's going to be where, is the fear or the greed? And you oftentimes see it just flipping back and forth several times a day, as you can see in the markets at the end of the day when you see all the wild swings. So, but you have to give these things a fair shot, right? How do you both do the 2 day live trading room? All right. Okay. So what we're going to do here, if we have the live trading, we're going to have the trading room during the live trading sessions. Okay. We're going to do it there, wherever we are. So you will enjoy the live trading rooms sessions as in the training event. Okay. So okay. Okay, a lot of questions here. I'm trying to hurry up through with some of these, Aaron, because I don't want to go much later than 9 o'clock here tonight. Um, okay, just kind of. Can you tell us when to split so we can reduce the trade size when you're gonna? I'm not sure what Ed's asking. Can you tell us when you're split so we could reduce trade size? Well, so Aaron and I discuss our trades as we're looking to make them. Okay, and the market moves quickly, so sometimes you'll hear things going quickly. All right, we try to repeat our trades and kind of expand on them, but the market does not wait for us. So if we see, okay, here's a breakout coming, I think I'm going to get into these calls. I'm entering right here. So pay attention. You're going to hear it. I know sometimes it sounds like air traffic control over Los Angeles or something, but it's not quite that bad. You're going to pick it up soon enough here. Da, 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 da. Aaron, you're more in the trade station, I think, right? You do trade station. I do Tasty Trade and Thinkorswim. You're trade
I
station.
use no, I use TradingView. TradingView is different.
Okay, April's asking about TradeStation. I'm sorry, April. I'm not familiar with TradeStation. If your platform, if you're used to it and you can put the indicators that we have on there, then stay with it. We use Thinkorswim because of their superior charts and indicators. I like to use Tasty Trade for their incredible speed, lightning speed, and also their uh, their incredible commission structure. $1 a contract to open a trade, zero to close, up to a maximum of $10 a trade. So I think that's I can't beat that. I can trade 100 contracts for $10. What kind of commission? You're never going to get that anywhere else, right? Da, 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 da. All right, Dave M is asking here. I've looked at the description on your website of what goes into the morning predictions, but it was vague. Can you list some of the indicators you use and fundamentals you describe on your website? Okay, that's why you need the trading room. Okay, so we're not going to give you all the information. You don't get the keys to the castle with the inner circle, right? You get a flash assessment of the way we see the market. So what we do in the inner circle, every morning we compile all the information that we get from the various sources, and Aaron generally does that, and he looks at everything, fundamentals, technicals, everything, and then he bang puts out his opinion. All right, we don't get into all the technicals as to well why we see this and that and everything else. Partly because there's not a lot of time to write all this stuff in the morning. You want to get this out fairly quickly, right? So that there's a time component to it. So we just give you that flash assessment in the morning. If you want to know what indicators we use, that's what we do in the trading room. That is what we do in the trading room. So yeah, that's pretty good. So okay, wow, they're still coming
Yeah,
on here.
that's a good idea. Raj, if I can say that. He said, please have pre-conference trades to pay for the conference before attending. That's very good. Um, I'm more of a forecaster, Raj. He was more of a, I would say, get in and get out. Very fast trader and more of a scalper. Um, if you don't mind me saying that, Hugh. So maybe we could have some forecasts um for you when we have that up for the conference. Um, Funny thing is I don't know. I haven't told the story. If I could say the story real quickly, Hugh. Um, my mentor's teacher actually had a contest with a weatherman in Miami, Florida. My mentor's teacher was Dr. Alan Andrews, and he actually beat the weather forecaster in predicting the weather for the week, for the following week. And I think they bet something like, $1,000 or something, which is a lot of money back in like the 50s. So
Huh.
um, yeah, and then he had a conference to sell his action reaction course, it was called. I think it was charging about $5,000 at the time. That's, something like 25, $30,000 now. And he had a line all the way down the block and around the corner. And they were wondering why. They, they're wondering why, what's all this commotion for this thing. But it was he was having an event for selling the action reaction course. So it's available online now but yeah, so he beat out the weatherman. So
Nice, nice. All right. I think with that, it's 9:02. We're gonna call it a night here and let you get on with the night. So thank you all for joining us, Aaron. Thank you so much. Been a real pleasure, folks. We'll see you hopefully tomorrow morning. And talk to you soon. Thanks, Aaron.
yeah, have a great week, everybody.
Shine brighter than the moon and the sun. Be great at what you do. Give it all of you. And trust the process and keep your eyes on the prize. I can tell you what